Greetings, pioneers and rethinkers. This is the podcast number 6 for the Pi Network unofficially, and it's not going to be a long one today, just going over some ideas that I've come across recently. This is the first week of 2021 that has just concluded, and it has been a doozy. It has been a doozy. So I didn't put anything out for the last 2 weeks in 2020 because I took a bit of a break just to recalibrate and refresh and review. So happy to be getting back into it here. So I'm just gonna jump right into it. I've come across 2 different projects that are similar to the Pi network, and I'm gonna mention them briefly here. They seem to be either in earlier stages of what Pi used to be or just completely different. And I'd encourage you to give them a shot because, again, you have nothing to lose with them. So the first one that is very similar to the Pi network, it just has a pretty neat user interface. The KYC might also be a little bit different. Actually, it might be just the same. So it's called the B network. That's available on the Android store and on the Apple store as well. So again, that's the B network. You can use my invite code CONVERGE21, so CONVERGE 21, to be a part of my earnings team if you want to. And like I said, it just seems to be an earlier version of the Pi network. So if you want to get in on a project early, that is one way to do it. It hasn't done much other than just, allowed me to mine the B coins at this point, but the user interface looks pretty slick and pretty cool, so I'm just getting that done. The next one that I've come across is called Timestop, is how I would pronounce it. So it's TIMESTOPE with a space in the middle. So TIME space STOPE. This is only currently available on the Android store. So when that changes, I'll let you all know. So this is only available on the Android store. Again, you can use my invite code CONVERGE21 to be a part of my earnings team there. And yeah, again, I'd encourage you to get in on that. With this, the way that you actually mine the coins each day is a bit different than you would on the Pi network. So you would actually need to go to the area in this app called Attendance, and it's going to show you a calendar with a blue stamp on it. You would need to press that every day, and then it has what's called an attendance score. So every day that you go in and you press that, it resets at midnight, I think, GMT, so Greenwich Mean Time, and you can push that button and it adds 2 points to your attendance. So again, you go to the attendance section, it looks like a little calendar, you push on the blue stamp and it gives you 2 attendance points. You start off with 100. If you do not push the attendance button, then you lose 3 attendance points per day. So when you go to 0, attendance points, then your account is terminated. So it's a little bit of a different approach. Also, the way that you earn, I guess, time coins is a bit different, because I think you earn something like 40% of the coins that 40% of the coins from the people that you refer to the network. So that seems like a pretty significant amount. But there you have it. That's how that one, is going to get started. All right, so I'm just gonna jump into a few of the, ideas like I cover here, with general cryptocurrency, but maybe to help guide the thoughts for the Pi core team, or the pioneering body, just in case. So the first idea is that the threat of violence will not change an idea. And so, guns can shoot at a number 2 plus 2, but that doesn't change it from being 4. And so what's the purpose of this? Well, there are ideas that are circulating in the cryptocurrency community and in the Pi network that violence will not change. Violence from individuals, violence from nation states will not change these ideas. And so once the idea is out, it's really hard to put it back in the box. And it might sound, repetitive, but, that's pretty much the case with Bitcoin. It's like, that's pretty much the case with cryptocurrencies. Once the idea is out, it's hard to put it back in a box. So that's, just something to encourage you all out there, that these cryptocurrency systems, they're here to stay. They are not going anywhere. And, we definitely want to learn to live in a world that is going to have them around for the long haul. So the sooner you learn how to navigate this ecosystem and get things done, the better off you're going to be, because we are on the cutting edge of what I believe the future of exchanges is going to be. So whatever you're exchanging value between two parties. So, whether it's real estate or contracts or anything else, those are going to be happening on these decentralized networks. All right. So the next idea here is that when you are offered a seat on a rocket, you do not ask where the seat is. You get on the rocket. And so this comes from a quote that I've seen in the Rise and Rise of Bitcoin video. There were some girls that expressed that. And the idea here is that these cryptocurrencies, they are taking off big time. I mean, the price of the original gangster Bitcoin has gone crazy. At this point, it's over $40,000 per Bitcoin, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down or stopping anytime soon. I think it's doubled within the last month. So I feel that this type of attention is definitely going to impact the rest of the cryptocurrency space in the long run to bring value to this ecosystem. So, we are on a rocket with these systems, and yeah, you don't ask where the seat is. You get on, you buckle up, and you hodl. You hold on for the ride. So that's the idea there. So the next idea is that market markets are price discovery mechanisms. And this might seem like a trivial observation, but I think it's important because currently there is no price for the Pi coin. That is going to be discovered as the Pi network opens up and goes towards a market. The market will be the price discovery mechanism for the Pi coins. And if there is a very large market for the Pi coins, then I think that aids in the price discovery aspect of the project. So this is going to tie in with another idea that anything that wants to serve as a medium of exchange needs to first function as a store of value. And that's important because I think ultimately the Pi coin will serve as a medium of exchange, but it's going to need to serve as a store of value first. Or not necessarily first, but a part of its function is going to need to be a store of value. And so that is going to be established by the market. Now, the market has a really important function because the size of your market aids in the price discovery and value storage mechanism for the object that you're dealing with. And Bitcoin, for instance, optimized for the savings feature. So Bitcoin is optimized for the savings aspect of the network effect. So these are different types of network effects that we're talking about here. That's how it seems to make sense in my mind. So whether you're optimizing for a storage of value or as a medium of exchange, those are different types of network effects. And so Bitcoin optimized for the store of value, and that's why it's able to soak up so much monetary energy. And that's why the price is appreciating so much, because a part of why the price is appreciating so much, because there are a very limited number of whole Bitcoins relative to the amount of institutions, relative to the market size and the strength of the hands for the people who are getting into that market. So Bitcoin optimized as a store of value, where I feel the Pi network is going to accelerate and is accelerating, is it is optimizing for the market size, where Bitcoin came out and it didn't have any other cryptocurrency networks to bootstrap off of, where it was referring to the strength of other networks or other projects. Pi comes in and it has the advantage of being a runner-up to some really excellent projects that have gotten great publicity and notoriety. So when someone mentions a blockchain or a cryptocurrency project, there is a framework in which it is being thought of. I know that that's the case for me. It comes with a certain history for people. And so they are more likely to get engaged in the project, where they might have, they might feel that they have missed out on another project. Bitcoin didn't have that. Bitcoin had to bootstrap on its own. And so there are definitely some advantages to that for the early adopter. but then the market size doesn't grow as quickly. With the Pi network, the market size is growing tremendously fast. And with that, I think that adoption can also be accelerated. And because you have such a significant market, you can also then have better price discovery mechanisms. You'll also have, pretty great liquidity, in my opinion. So those are some of the aspects that I'm thinking are going to be, pretty important as we move forward. The next idea here is that tribalism in the space of cryptocurrency is a feature and not a bug. So you might, be present on Twitter or on YouTube, just in the general crypto space, and come across the Bitcoin maximalists, those people who are just completely dedicated to Bitcoin. They see nothing else as being valuable. They see every other project as being unworthy. And there is a space for that line of thinking. It's tribalism. They are solely and wholly committed to what they're looking at. And that is being expressed as a feature. It's like nationalism. They want to put in the work, they want to see the project succeed, and they want to be the light bearers. And you don't need much of these people. You just need a completely dedicated core, and they are the ones that are able to push the project through. Sometimes the project is going to have a hard time, and these people are the ones that are able to push the project through its hard times, its challenges. And so, yeah, the tribalism aspect is a great feature. And I feel like there is a great deal of tribalism within the Pi network. People are very excited about it. And I feel like, it's a pretty neat aspect of the network. Something general that I'm going to be trying out is the Fold app. So basically you download it, and it's like a credit card, and you use it to buy things like you would a credit card, but then you get Bitcoin, you get Satoshis as a reward. So you get rewarded in Satoshis for spending cash. And it just sounds interesting. So I'm gonna, get that account set up, and start using that and see how that goes. I'll also, provide updates on how that goes. So this might be a bit of a long shot, but I feel that the Pi Core team would do well to reach out to Michael Saylor and get him involved in Pi somehow. And I don't know exactly how. Maybe just as an advisor, maybe just as a thought practitioner about, different ways moving forward with the project. I just feel like Michael Saylor is awesome. He should be involved in everything that I'm interested in. So that's the idea there. So yeah, kudos to Michael Saylor for everything that he's doing to promote the cryptocurrency space, and doing it in a way that is inspiring, not dry, not dry rhetoric that is often related to the financial space, because a lot of it can be dry. I mean, but Michael Saylor, he uses pretty colorful language to describe his ideas, whether he's talking about magic and casting spells with Bitcoin, at different points in the future, using money to cast spells or channeling energy, so it's just it's really neat to hear him talk about his ideas. And the it's a pretty long series. and I feel like I'm gonna need to watch it again because I don't know, I haven't gotten it. I feel like I can get it better if I just kind of sit down and let the whole thing play out. So, Mr. Breedlove, the series that you did with Michael Saylor, I like the fact that you stop to break it down and help people digest what's going on to give a bit of a preview and a review for each of the conversations. But it definitely breaks it up. Like I normally, if I'm listening to something long, I get into a state of flow as I listen. And so, I can listen to things that are like pretty long, the long form content. And I know that you'll put things in there that are an hour and a half, 2 hours long. But I'd encourage you, after you're done with, publishing these conversations with Michael Saylor, publish the entire thing, from start to finish, the conversation without interruptions, without breaks, and see what kind of reception that gets. So that's just a thought that I have. I don't know how many more of the Michael Saylor series you have coming out, but I'd encourage you to publish the entire project, and the entire interview in one sitting. And I know that I would be listening to that. So yeah, there's that. So the final idea here is that ideology is what keeps things going beyond one lifespan. And so it's the idea of a thing that is immortal. It's the thought of a thing. So if someone has a thought, an idea, and they spread this idea has a life unto itself. And it's the ideology of the thing that keeps it alive. So I wonder, what is the ideology of the Pi network? What ideas are we trying to promote? What are the values that, will be guiding this network? They require some thought. I believe that a goal of universal basic income is an excellent ideology to support and promote. I believe the idea of universal access to banking is an idea that we could support. And just those two, so universal basic income is mass adoption, is in a roundabout way mass adoption, and universal access to banking is another tremendous accomplishment if possible. So I'd encourage the core team to just, look at these ideas and consider them as, guiding ideas for the Pi Network. Pioneers and rethinkers, I hope you are all doing really well. I hope you are benefiting from the boom in the cryptocurrency space that is currently happening. I hope your knowledge continues to grow. And until next time, keep on rethinking.